Hi, Open House Young Adults. Well, welcome to You Asked For It. My name's Steve and I'm the pastor at Open House. And it's our hope that over the coming weeks, you're going to find this as a great place and space to ask the questions that really matter. And here's our thing. We recognize that doubts are actually normal. And so therefore questions are encouraged, and we want to encourage just a freedom to explore here, because we believe if something's true, like the truth holds no fear. And so if something's true, it's going to hold up to scrutiny. And so we just encourage you to come, to bring your friends, bring your questions. We ask you to leave any kind of judgmental or negative attitudes towards others that wants to tear others down at the door. Leave that at the door. But just come on the journey with us as we explore the big questions in life together. And tonight's question is, how do we know there's a God? And I just wanted to share my story, my journey. I grew up in a Christian household, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was in the middle of my high school years. I was up on the Gold Coast on holidays with my family, and we'd just gone to the beach. And when my dad got back with my brothers and we got back to the car, we were waiting for Mum to come. And she was across the road and she'd been at the shops. And my little brother, who was just 10, he saw her across the road, and without thinking, he decided to dart across the road. And at the same time, a four-wheel drive came along and collected him. And it was just the scariest thing. The ambulance came, took him away. And really for the first time, I prayed properly. Before that, I'd prayed prayers like, let me pass my maths test, God, or let me win my soccer grand final, or God, let that girl in class like me. But for the first time, I was just praying and hoping that my brother would be okay. And along with that experience was a real reality check. I was struck for the first time with the reality of my mortality, the fact that we all are going to die one day. Someone said that death is the ultimate statistic. 1 out of 1 dies. Now, for those wondering, my brother was and is all good. He's now married, got 2 cute boys. He's a teacher and an all-around good bloke. But that experience really rattled me and started a journey, the journey of 1,000 questions. And I was so grateful to have some safe spaces, some friends, some family, some teachers, some leaders to explore these questions with. And so as I started my journey, I didn't come to a place where I just came to a place where I didn't know what I believed anymore. But I just couldn't shake the feeling, the sense that there had to be something. I couldn't deny in my mind and my heart that there had to be a creator. For me, when I listen to a piece of music or a song, I know there has to be a songwriter or a composer behind it. I've got a friend here, Aidan, who plays the guitar. Just listen to his music now. When you listen to something like that, you know it's just not just some random lucky noises. There's a mind and an intention behind that. And I can't deny that when there's a musician, an artist behind an amazing piece of music like that. And the same goes when we look at an artwork. We know there has to be an artist. Or when we look at a building, we know there has to be a builder. And so for me, as I looked at creation, I couldn't deny that there had to be a creator. William Paley said this: "There cannot be design without a designer, contrivance without a contriver, order without choice, arrangement without anything capable of arranging." And so if you agree with me that there's a creator, you've got to decide the next piece of the puzzle. If there's a creator, either that God, that creator, is either personal and relational like we are, or impersonal like the Force in Star Wars, or electricity or something like that. So if he's either personal or impersonal, and I couldn't deny as I looked at us that we're personal, we're relational, and I felt that creation always reflects the creator, and so therefore I felt God had to be personal and relational. I thought, well, if God's personal and relational, either he wants a relationship with us or he doesn't. If he doesn't, well, there's no point. But if he does, he must have revealed himself in some way. And so as I started to look at the different religions and explore that, how he might have revealed himself, there was something as I looked afresh at the life, the teaching, the death and resurrection of Jesus that just struck me. There was something about Jesus something about his authenticity, something about the way he loved people, something about what he promised, and not just what he said, but what he did. And ultimately, his death and resurrection was huge, right? And so for me, as I explored the historicity of that, the evidence for that, I became more and more compelled. And I came to a point where I put my trust in him as my Lord and Savior. And as I've followed him, I've grown in my relationship with God. And I've come to experience God in a way that I never have before that. And it's the best thing ever. I have a hope now. I have a peace. There's a joy. And I just can't recommend enough you going on a journey for yourself. And you might not come to the same conclusion as I have, but there's nothing to lose and everything to gain here. So let me encourage you, explore, question, go on this journey. And looking forward to going on this journey with you. So we'll see you on the Zoom chat in a moment, and or tonight, whenever you've watched this today, and we'll talk more then. Hope to see you soon. Cheers.